Hey everybody, it's Brian Heater with TechCrunch. It's hardware day here at Disrupt. We're here with Steven van Wel, the CEO and co-founder of Karma.
That's right.
You are a local New York City hardware startup.
Correct.
Are you?
Correct.
What attracted you to New York? Why did you start the business out here?
Originally from Amsterdam, traveled to New York for the first time a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Sort of fell in love with the city and decided that the best place for us to start a business was probably New York.
Yeah.
Just love the diversity, love everything about New York. I felt that it was the right place.
It's interesting because we've been having this conversation a lot. Obviously, having the show out here. Most of our staff is based in San Francisco. Most of technology is based out of Silicon Valley. I think it's a really interesting place. You mentioned the diversity. I think the fact that everybody's packed so tightly together is both a positive and a negative. But it seems like a pretty tightly knit community.
Yeah, I think the community, for the past 4 or 5 years that we've been here, the community has grown tremendously compared to what it was when we first got here in 2012. You've got design, you've got engineering, you've got advertising, sort of like all the things that you need to build a consumer-facing product are also here. It's great to be in California, but I kind of love being in New York.
So, we've I was going to say we've all, but I know that I've used plenty of MiFis in the past. I need to do my work on the road. What is it? What makes you guys different?
I think what really makes us different is that Karma is made for sharing. Karma is not just meant to get your own devices online, but it's meant to get devices from your friends, coworkers, family, but even complete strangers online. I think that's what set us aside from any other MiFi product out there. I've tried many of them in the past, felt horrible while using them, chunky, expensive, and we're trying to elevate this mobile hotspot to almost a lifestyle. And that's what makes us Karma unique.
Well, so it sounds like you're talking about a sense of ease of use there, but what do you mean when you say sharing?
So every Karma comes with an open Wi-Fi signal. Similar to your Starbucks or like McDonald's Wi-Fi. Anyone around you can connect to your Karma Wi-Fi, and when they do, we reward you with free data. So we are the first mobile provider that is data only, and puts you in control of what you do with your data, and still allows you to share without seeing any downside of sharing.
So where did where did you get the idea to do that? And not only do that, but again, to sort of, in a sense, I guess, kind of take on like these big, Verizon's got their own device. Every single carrier's got their own device. How did you decide that you, as a tiny little startup, could really kind of get in there and shake things up?
Yeah, just like many startups, it comes out of frustration. Frustration of using the devices from the big four.
So many good things come out of frustration.
So many good things come out of frustration, and I think good karma comes out of frustration. Came to New York, tried to get online with one of these mobile devices, and was a horrible experience. Just couldn't get anything done, and felt trapped in a contract. And then Karma came along for us when we started to think about, if we're traveling, you and me, you should be able to piggyback on my device if I feel comfortable with that, and if you feel okay with that. And sort of give me the opportunity to do that without having to even talk to you. Right? Just give you an easy, frictionless way to get your laptops, tablets online, and don't have to deal with the big bad carriers. And that's for me and for everyone at Karma the big difference.
Are you? I mean, obviously you have to sort of piggyback on some of these networks. It's not your own network, but are you able to stay competitive from a price perspective?
Yeah, the great thing about our network partners is that they want more people onto their networks. We want more people to deal with us instead of dealing with the networks. So we're sort of sitting in between the consumer and the networks, giving a competitive price, which is, I would say, fair with the service. It's not the cheapest, it's not the fastest, but we believe that we're the best.
Do you, obviously, in an ideal world, it would be wonderful if my laptop could be like my cell phone. If I could just be connected all the time. I travel quite a bit, and I've attempted to use Amtrak Wi-Fi, and
like many others.
It's a nightmare on earth. But do you see this as being people's daily driver?
For many people, it already become their everyday carry. Yeah. People decide to ditch their data plans on their phones. I've been on airplane mode for the last 4 years.
Oh, wow.
My phone is
always
4 years. Last 4 years.
At home and
at home, on the go.
Wow,
my phone is always in airplane mode. Yeah. There is no SIM card in there. I just ride on my own Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah.
And trying to change the game of dealing with contracts, big carriers, to a tiny startup that gives you the best experience you've ever had on a mobile device. That's what we've been doing, and more of our customers are cutting the cord with almost everyone that normally delivers them with wireless data.
Do you think you might have been the company might have been a little kind of overzealous with these unlimited plans? I mean, did you underestimate people's needs? Because there was a little bit, I don't know if backlash is the right word, but people weren't happy that you kind of had to throttle things back a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I think people were very unhappy.
Okay. All right.
When we first launched our unlimited plans, we tried to change the way how people consume data. And people picked us up on that over big time.
Yeah.
People started to cut the cord with their home broadband providers. And all of a sudden, Karma became your only data provider. It's something that we would still like to do, but in 2, 3, 5 years from now, because we need to sort of position ourselves well with our network partners to actually be able to pick up for the demand, make sure that the pricing is aligned with what we're paying.
Yeah.
And that sort of forced us to tune down the ambitions for unlimited data and turn it into a monthly plan that is still as flexible and transparent as it could be, but take a step away from the unlimited because it's the demand was too high for unlimited data.
So I guess a lot of this sort of comes with the territory when you're a startup, is figuring things out as you go along. Did you have to sort of apologize to the user base?
Yeah, because I felt bad about it as well. I was a big fan of the unlimited product. I was a big user of the unlimited product as well.
Yeah.
Being on airplane mode 24/7 forces me to use Karma 24/7. So feeling the downsides of throttling, feeling the downsides of device limitations was something that we didn't feel good about. So we decided to pull the product, launch a new product that is untethered, a product that doesn't limit any devices, and sort of do it again, and obviously apologize to the customers that signed up for something that we could no longer deliver.
Steven, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. It's Hardware Day, day 3 at Disrupt, so stick around.